Hey,
Hello,
hi.
how are you?
Good, nice to hear you.
I'm fine. What time is in Poland now?
It's 22:50.
1:50, yeah. So long time no see you.
Oh yeah, I don't remember. Like it was around 10 years ago,
Yeah, I think so.
because we met with you in London, right?
No, actually, it was in Cambridge.
Ah, in Cambridge. Okay, yeah. Because I've been
Yeah, yeah,
in one program in London, and then also I've been in Cambridge.
yeah. So let's try to speak English, of course, because my Polish is not so good. But
Yeah. My Portuguese is also so.
But why you are in touch? Why you are speaking in English? I was have an idea that maybe we can I can stop some seconds to translate to Portuguese, to people here in Brazil understand.
Yeah, okay, sure, no problem.
Okay. So, uh, I will introduce myself first because I'm pretty sure that no one knows me in Poland, even in Ukraine. But my name is Daniel. I'm a lawyer here in Brazil, you know, and my field is environmental law and civil law, and in Brazil, we got some news about what what was going on in Ukraine and other Eastern Europeans. So that's why we were worried about it. So, and I think it's a good opportunity because you was born in Ukraine.
Yeah, originally I'm from Ukraine, but since 2014, I'm here. I live in Warsaw, in Poland.
Yeah. But Andriy, introduce yourself. I will translate to people here in Portuguese. Introduce yourself, please.
Okay, so well, basically, I'm lawyer, yeah, so I have a legal background. I graduated in Ukraine, in Kiev. I have a law company with office in Kiev and Warsaw. So we are like a bridge between those two countries. Most of our clients, that's companies with foreign capital. But as I mentioned, that since 2014, I'm in Warsaw, and we're supporting lots of entrepreneurs and companies that are coming to relocate or to do business in Poland. Also, I'm board member of Ukrainian Association, yeah, Ukrainian Association of Business in Poland. So that's another organization that I'm active in.
So, eu translate a little bit em português. O Adrian, ele nasceu na Ucrânia, né? Em Kiev, yeah? Em Kiev. You was born in Kiev.
No, I was born in another city, but most of my life I spent in Kiev. Like 15 years,
É,
I've been living in Kiev.
ok. Ele é advogado, né? Nasceu em Kiev, exatamente onde está tendo conflito na Ucrânia. Ele é advogado, mas já há uns 10, 15 anos ele mora na Polônia, trabalha na parte de direito empresarial e a gente estudou um tempo fora do Brasil e aí eu convidei o Adrian para poder falar um pouco sobre o que está acontecendo lá na região e, enfim, explicar um pouco. Mas hoje em dia ele mora na Polônia já há alguns anos e ele tem enfim, as áreas de atuação dele são basicamente na Polônia e na Ucrânia, né? Adrian, I was watching, 2, 3 days ago, I was watching television, TV, and suddenly uh, we got some news. Oh, war, the third war. So I'd like to ask you, what for you? You are in Poland now. You were born in Ukraine. But what's your view? What about everything? What's going on now? Um, what's your opinion about that? I mean, what do you feel? What people around you are telling? Are you worried about some third war or something like that?
Look, like I still cannot believe that what happened. Yeah, but that's a reality. Like that happened in 24th of February. My wife at 5 around at 5 a.m. She woke me up and told me that like the
What time did what time? 4 a.m.
5 a.m. Yeah.
Overnight. Yes.
That was an I don't know early morning or late night. I don't know how to say how to express it, but so that was absolutely unexpectedly. I thought that she like something that she mixed up something, but well when I just got into the phone and started to check all the news, the Russian troops were coming from all
Borders.
around the borders. Yeah, from east, from south, from north, and even from the Belarus territory. So
Yeah.
Belarus, that's our neighboring country, which is close to Poland, Russia, Lithuania.
Aí eu translate to people. So, ele tá falando que ele acordou às 5 da manhã, estava dormindo lá na Polônia, e aí começou a ver as notícias e but do you live in Warsaw? You live in the capital?
Yeah, currently I live in Warsaw. That's the capital of Poland.
Warsaw. Então, ele vive na Varsóvia, né, que é a capital da Polônia. Por volta de 5 da manhã, Your wife, he told you?
Yeah.
Ok, a esposa dele falou
Because
que...
I have a wife and also two kids.
Ele falou que estava dormindo 5 da manhã e aí a esposa dele acordou ele. E aí ele viu toda a notícia da invasão da Rússia. Eles esperavam, mas não acreditavam muito, né? E, enfim. But what I mean, for you, you are close to, you were born in Ukraine, you many years are living in Poland. But I mean, what do you think about the NATO, because what Vladimir Putin is saying, that many years ago, yeah, we've got a Soviet Union, and after the Second War, they create the NATO, the North Atlantic Treaty Organization. And according to the Putin, he's always saying that the reason that Russia is invading Ukraine is because he is in disagreement. Disagreement with the way with the country Ukraine is dealing with it. Is something that Putin thinks is not a good for economy or for population. What do you think about nature, and do you believe that the countries from nature, from they and the countries, the alliance members, they will invade or they will do something against Russia, or you and people around Poland, they think they will stop this war? What do you think about it?
Well, like Putin, is very much afraid of Ukraine to enter NATO, yeah, because otherwise NATO is going to be much closer to Russia's border. So for sure, he is not. He doesn't want this to happen. In terms of what thinks NATO and what are their plans, I have no idea. Like I cannot speak for NATO, because that's a totally different organization which has not one member state. There are a lot of member states which has
30,
also
30
different
members.
opinions. Yeah, and each of these member has different positions, so you cannot just like decide by yourself what you want to do. But for Putin, that's nothing. That's not what he's expecting. Like he's somebody who wants to lead his country by himself, without any other without any other opportunities or discussions or democracy and so on. So for sure, he's not interested in this kind of scenario.
Yeah. I will translate. Andriy is saying that está dizendo que as nações, a OTAN, que é o Tratado do Atlântico Norte, e cada membro tem uma posição, mas ainda não é claro se eles ainda vão ter uma decisão de invadir, né? Existe um tratado desde a Segunda Guerra Mundial e não é claro ainda se os países vão decidir fazer invasão ou fazer alguma atitude, e talvez seja meio que uma espécie de, enfim, uma iniciativa do Putin, da Rússia, mas não, a princípio não tem nada decisivo. I was reading the Secretary General of NATO, and he said, we will not engage in warfare against Russia unless a member nation is attacked. So I will repeat. We will not engage warfare against Russia unless a member nation is attacked. So it's something that seems to be that nature is waiting.
Yeah, that's a position of NATO. Like that's why it was created. Like if any of member states is going to be attacked, they have to defend them. So that's like the main reason why it was created.
Entendi. Então, eu estava falando pro Andriy que a posição da OTAN é que, na verdade, eles não vão se posicionar enquanto não tiver um ataque real a um dos 30 países que fazem membro da OTAN, né? Então, enquanto não tiver nenhum ataque, por exemplo, contra a França, outro país, a Polônia, enfim, eles não vão se manifestar. But, Andriy, Ukraine is part of NATO or not?
No, it's not. No, it's not. During many years, there was a discussion internally in Ukraine, like, should we go to NATO or not? Yeah, because there are again there are different positions. If we talk about the more eastern part of Ukraine, they're most likely against it, and the other way around, the western part of Ukraine is pro NATO. But during last years, the position, there's a growing number of people who are supporting NATO, the direction of Ukraine to enter NATO. But still, that's not a easy road, because there are some certain conditions that you have to fulfill in order to get there. But I think that's what Russia is doing, especially like Putin, what is he doing? That's what push Ukrainians to go towards NATO. So.
Yeah. Well, but change a little bit the subject. I mean, you, of course, you have parents, you have family in Ukraine or not?
Part of my family is here. Part they're still in Ukraine. Somebody in Kiev, in Lviv, in other cities. So yeah.
Eu perguntei para ele se ele tem parentes, ele falou que parte está na Ucrânia, parte está na Polônia. Perguntar para ele como é que eles estão sentindo, qual que é a sensação, como é que está lá a situação. And what about the situation at the moment? I mean, your family, your parents, your relatives, in a way, who are living in Kiev and other cities around Ukraine. Do you keep in touch? Do you have contact with them? What they are saying about this? What is the feeling about the situation?
Yes, we are still in. We are keeping contact all the time. Hello, can you hear me?
I'm listening. I'm listening.
Okay, like we are all the time in contact.
Maybe we had the problem. Maybe Putin is watching us.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, he's trying to cut off Brazil from the from the proper information.
So, what about your family?
Yeah, like for example, my parents of my my wife, they're still there, and seems like they're doesn't want to leave Kiev. Yeah, because they're still there. My sister, she today in the morning she was still in Kiev, but this morning she left, and she's trying to get closer to Poland, but the road is to Poland is very difficult to go because there are lots of traffic jams, lots of military posts that I have to go through in order to get closer to the Polish border.
Okay,
even more. Sometimes there might happen some explosions because, as I mentioned, some of the troops and Russian military, they are located in Belarus. Yeah, and like from this border, there are some troops that can shoot as well.
But yeah, I've got what you knew. But I mean, what you said. I mean, but they didn't want to leave, or they can't leave because they fear, because the traffic jam.
Some, like as I mentioned, that for example, my wife's parents, they doesn't want to leave because, for example, my wife's father, he has a factory in Kiev and he doesn't want to leave factory. Yeah, and like that's for him. Like he was giving his life and many years in order to build it, and I think that he still wants to be there. Another thing that, for example, as I mentioned, sister, yeah, she's trying to leave Kiev, but that's quite dangerous and it's not easy to get through because, for example, the road that usually takes you 1.5 hours, that's from Kiev to Zhytomyr, yeah. Nowadays it takes around 12 hours to get through.
12,
yeah. So the road, which like usually without any
1 hour and a half,
usually quite slowly you can go through in 1 hour and a half. Now it takes around 12 hours.
Okay, I will translate to people here. Irmão, a família dele parte tem fábricas em Kiev, na capital, e tem a irmã da esposa dele que mora também na Ucrânia. E normalmente para sair de lá demora 1h30, 2 horas para deixar o país de carro, e agora está levando 12 horas, porque dificuldade do tráfego, as pessoas estão saindo, falta de gasolina. There is fuel, you know, fuel? Petrol station.
Fuel?
Petrol station.
Yeah, another problem that's that the fuel stations, part of them doesn't work at all, and another part they give you very limited number of fuel, so
Yeah,
that you have to
yeah.
take into account as well.
Então, ele está dizendo que, na verdade, está faltando gasolina, eles dão apenas uma quantidade pequena de gasolina para as pessoas saírem do país. Então, eles ficam naquela, saem por causa da empresa, da fábrica, dos negócios, ao mesmo tempo quer sair, mas não consegue, por causa da dificuldade de sair mesmo e tal. E vou perguntar para ele sobre o aeroporto. What about the Kiev airport? Is open or closed?
Well, now all the airports are closed, like nothing flies since 24th of February. Nothing flies to Ukraine. I mean, if we talk about civil flights.
Airplanes.
Yeah.
Tá tudo fechado, porque todo o espaço aéreo está fechado. But I mean, it's closed because it was a government decision, or there is
No,
it was...
one thing that's a government decision, another thing that private companies doesn't want to put planes into the risk, because there are many military planes that are flying around Ukraine, and they are bombing cities. So civil flights because of this threat.
Ele está falando que as companhias aéreas não querem voar, e o governo também decidiu, porque está tendo bomba para tudo quanto é lado, e aí realmente está difícil. Enfim, vou perguntar para ele sobre os soldados americanos, que o governo americano mandou 90 mil soldados, já tem 90 mil soldados na Europa, na Alemanha, e o presidente Biden mandou. I will ask you about now. I mean, the President Biden just had an announcement, and according to him, there is around 90,000 of soldiers, mostly in Germany, American soldiers, you know. And Biden told, I think yesterday, he's gonna send 90,000 more. Mainly the most of them are located in Germany. Do you think it's a start of some? How do I say? It's the beginning of some war, or some part of the strategy?
Like if we talk about Ukraine, war is already ongoing. Like there are, as I mentioned, that there are around 50,000 Russian troops that are around the Ukrainian borders. Also, there are military ships that are bombing from the sea. There are planes, helicopters, also parachute troops that are landing on Ukrainian grounds. There are already some machines that got into the Kiev. So the war is already ongoing.
Yeah, but like, I mean,
for today's statistics that was given by Ukrainian Ministry of Defense Ministry, like there are already 2,800 Russian troops that were killed.
How many? How many?
2,800 Russian troops that were killed by Ukrainian defense.
Oh, okay. No, but you told me 2,400. Yeah,
800,
80,
2,800 that
but was killed by Ukrainian troops
by Ukrainian defense.
defense. But which kill? I didn't understand. They kill Russians.
Yeah, because Russian troops are in Ukraine. Yeah, they're attacking.
Ah, no, 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 no. Yes, now I understand. Aí eu translate it. Ele está dizendo que mais ou menos 2.800 as tropas ucranianas já mataram mais ou menos 2.800 em combate, 2.800 russos, né, que estavam em combate. Quase 3.000 pessoas já foram mortas pelas tropas ucranianas. Vou perguntar para ele a quantidade de ucranianos que já foram mortos. Do you know about how many people, how many Ukrainians were killed by Russian soldiers?
I don't have the proper information on, but as far as I like the last data that I have, few hundreds.
Então, ele não tem certeza de quantos russos, né, as tropas russas chegaram a atingir, matar os ucranianos, mas acredito que algo em torno de 300, 400, enfim, algumas centenas de mortes. Do you think it's a good moment to have a trip to Ukraine now?
I guess not the best. Well, if you want to support and you are ready to fight, yeah, then that's a good timing.
Eu brinquei com ele, eu falei se estava bom para viajar para lá, ele falou só se for para lutar contra os russos. I mean, it's the first. How old are you now?
31, I guess.
31. It's the first time you are like a witness of one war, or do you remember any war before?
Certainly not in Ukraine, yeah, but for example, if you talk about Putin and his invasions, we can remember Georgia. That's not that far. Yeah, that's also quite, let's say, quite close to Ukraine, to Europe. Another example, that's Iran, Iraq, but okay, that's totally different story, but still.
And how do I say English? Crimea. Yeah. Crimea. Sorry.
Well, that's a part of Ukraine, which was just captured by. Like there were not very big fights because they like nobody was expecting that something like that is going to happen, and it was just simply grabbed by Russians.
Ele está dizendo que, assim, eu perguntei se ele tinha visto alguma coisa parecida, ele lembrou da Crimeia, né, que é no sul da Ucrânia, foi anexado, né, foi capturado pelo Vladimir Putin, e agora agora é a Ucrânia como um todo, está tendo bombas, enfim, em todos os lados. What about the news? Vou perguntar para ele sobre as notícias lá dos jornais e tal, o que eles estão falando lá. What about the newspaper? What about the news you are watching, and what you are seeing about the news? What they are saying in Poland? Oh, it's going to take too long. We are going to stop it very soon. The situation. What are you watching? Which
news? I can get updates quite soon. Firstly, I have few trusted sources that I can check in Ukrainian. Another thing that I simply have quite a lot of friends, family, relatives that are texting to me, writing to me. We have a phone calls, so I can get information from the first sources, and that's the way how I get the information.
Yeah, but I mean, what do you think? Your personal opinion about it? It's going to take too long. There is there is no possibility to have some idea at the moment. What do you think?
What do you mean that it's going to take a
The
long time?
war, the
The
war.
war? Well, I have no idea. As I mentioned at the very beginning, that I still cannot believe in what happens, but that's a reality. Yeah, that's how it looks now, and I don't know what's in the head of this crazy guy. Yeah, so no ideas.
Eu perguntei para ele se ele acha que vai demorar muito, se isso vai continuar a guerra. Ele falou que não tem a menor ideia, que ele não esperava. É uma coisa que até agora ele não acredita, né? Então, enfim. In Brazil, I don't know if you watch it, if you got the news, but our president, our brilliant president, crazy president, Bolsonaro, Jair Bolsonaro, just went last week. I think they just came back from Russia, and there was a lot of criticism here because it was not a good moment to fly to Russia, and a lot of criticism about it, because during the war, or 1 week before this, the troops and the soldiers have started to attack Ukraine. Our president, he just he just went to Moscow, and people here didn't understand. At the moment, no one understood how was the reason that made our president to visit Russia. But did you watch something like that, our Brazilian president, or not?
Well, honestly, that's the first time I hear that he was in Moscow in that recent times.
Last week.
I didn't follow that because like in Ukrainian sources, the most of attention was to visit of Macron to Putin, because Macron, the French president, he had negotiations with Putin and also with Zelensky. So it was totally missed by me. Maybe I just didn't see that Brazilian president is there, but I didn't know about it.
Yeah, I mean, it's not. Yeah, there was a lot of criticism about his decision because it's not, and it wasn't a good moment to visit Russia because it's like a signal, like for the world, like Brazil are supporting, but at the truth, we are not supporting any war because historically we are a peaceful country, and that's why people here didn't and don't understand why the president went to Russia. I will translate it. I mean, estava falando para ele do Bolsonaro, foi para a Rússia, o pessoal aqui no Brasil não entendeu, e ele também não soube nenhuma notícia, apenas comentou que o Macron, o presidente da França, esteve lá apoiando e dando suporte para a Ucrânia. And what about you? I didn't ask you at the beginning, but are you safe? Are you worried? Are you sincerely worried about what's going on? Are you safe in Poland? I asked you before about your family, but what could you say? I mean, about this crazy situation. Are you safe? What do you intend to do to help? And your personal opinion about that?
Personally, me, I'm safe, yeah, but as I mentioned, that part of my family is not safe at all, because every hour you are checking, like now you are living the kind of regimes that you are checking the news all the time. You check news, you are checking who was texting you, who was calling you. You try to find also. We coordinate a group of volunteers that are ready to help for those who are coming to Polish border, because there are uh, lots of females that are coming from Ukraine to Poland, and there are already volunteer organizations that are ready to transport them from border to other cities. There are also volunteers that are ready to host those who doesn't have any apartments here. So currently we are living in the mood that we are all the time trying to find out how to help. For example, now we're another volunteers that are coordinating the planes that are coming from USA, for example, because there are some aid from Ukrainians who live there, and we need to transport this from for example, from the airport in Poland to Ukrainian border. And there are many. I got a lot of calls from my friends from other countries that are asking, "How can we help you? What can we do?" So I'm just trying to launch to find where is the need and where is persons that can help with that question.
Okay. I was reading in a newspaper that NATO agreement, there is Article 4 and Article 5. I'm going to read it. Okay. Okay. Article 4 states that the countries, Article 4 states that the countries will consult together if the opinion of them, the countries, and the territorial integrity, political independence of or security of any of the parties is treated. Treated. So, what means? What it means? Let me continue here. Just wait. Under Article 4 does not guarantee that any action will be taken, but it allows for swift talks. It has been invoked 6 times since it was formed in 1949 after the Second War. So, in resume, it seems to be that NATO agreement will just invoke Article 4 and Article 5 if any member, for example, Germany, Poland, UK, anyway, just they will invoke this article if they will be attacked. So, in your opinion, they will invoke this article, or it it depends what's going on.
Well, look, as I mentioned, that Ukraine is not part of the NATO, so
No, Ukraine not. We know.
Ukraine not, but if for example Putin keeps like if for example he takes Ukraine is not going to be the last country he would like to take. So for sure there might be like Lithuania, Estonia, Poland, that's countries that are going to be first in the list. So that's why they have to care, at least from this point of view. Another thing, like for sure, if Russia is going to attack, offend some of the NATO members, they have the right, but I don't know how in practice it's gonna work, because for example, Ukraine is a member of one international agreement where it was obliged by other countries that they are going to defend Ukraine if Ukraine is going to waive their nuclear weapons, because Ukraine had one of the biggest nuclear weapons in one of the most one of the biggest number of nuclear weapons, yeah. But Ukraine just waived it, and they were obliged by the other countries to be protected. But as you see, it doesn't work.
Okay.
So I don't know how this international NATO agreement is going to work in practice.
Ok, I will translate. Eu perguntei, porque no Tratado Internacional da OTAN tem o artigo 4º e o artigo 5º, que dizem que dos 30 países, se algum for atingido, por exemplo, França, Polônia, Espanha, enfim, se algum for atingido, eles poderiam invocar, eles poderiam acionar o artigo 4º e o artigo 5º da OTAN para poder entrar numa guerra, e aí realmente não teria consequências. Mas eu vou perguntar para ele sobre a questão, porque a Ucrânia é um dos países que mais tem armas nucleares do mundo. Eu vou perguntar para ele explicar isso melhor, que eu não entendi. Well, to be honest, I didn't understand about nuclear weapons. You said that Ukraine have one of the largest countries in the world when we're talking about the nuclear weapons. But
yeah, after because like a long time ago, 30 years ago, Ukraine was one of the members of USSR. Yeah. But after USSR, Ukraine still had a lot of nuclear rockets, weapons, and in order to like there were a few countries that were negotiating with Ukraine, so Ukraine to give up this nuclear weapon, and in exchange for that, Ukraine was promised with protection. But we do not see any protection nowadays.
Yeah, but let's be more precise. I mean, assuming that Ukraine have nuclear weapons, and just let's have a think. In case of the countries, members of the NATO, right? They don't take any action, right? They don't take any action. Assuming this situation, do you think that Ukraine government they will start attacking? I mean, Russia attacking Ukraine, or do you think that even if the NATO countries members they don't do anything, Ukraine will defend yourself, or will try to do it peacefully? What do you think? Assuming that NATO countries don't do anything, just be in your comfortable position. What do you think mainly you because you were born in Ukraine? What do you think the Ukraine government will do?
Well, I have no idea.
You're
Firstly,
not, you're not future teller. You're not future teller.
I'm not. I have no idea because firstly, we do not have nuclear weapons. That's one thing. Another thing that maybe if Ukraine would have it, uh, maybe Russian would think. I mean that Putin would think much more about starting the war before starting the war.
Sorry, didn't understand. Putin, sorry, with what?
He would think a bit more about starting a war or
Think.
not. Yeah.
Okay. No, but what do you think, I mean, Andriy, and what do you think, considering your friends, your family, the newspaper, that is unpredictable?
Is it? Can you repeat the question?
No, I mean, is unpredictable. Is unpredictable. You cannot predict. You cannot imagine. You cannot have a opinion about if Ukraine will attack itself. I mean, alone by your own. Without any help.
I think that's a bit that's a big apocalyptic thoughts about starting a nuclear war. That's out of my mind. I don't know.
So you are saying that the third war could be coming.
No, I didn't say that. I said that I cannot even think about something like that.
I will translate people here. Perguntei para ele se ele acha que mesmo que os países não apoiarem, se a Ucrânia faria alguma coisa, ele falou que não tem como dizer, que é uma coisa apocalíptica e imprevisível, né? Uma coisa que não tem como dizer agora, quer dizer, está bem assustado. Well, so I will not take too long this chat because I know in Poland is quite it's almost midnight, yeah.
Yeah, almost.
Yeah. So in Brazil here we have a carnival. You know carnival?
Yeah. So it happens you mean today?
No, actually the carnival
Or in general?
starts. No, carnival in Brazil starts today, and it takes 5 days. So Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday. Only parties, drinks, etc.
Well, for now, it's not something about to think about.
No, yes, of course. I'm just make a joke to make you more, because I seems to be that you are a little bit stressed because of the situation. I'm feeling, when of course you are a little bit relaxed, but when you're talking about the situation, of course, I will be the same. Like it maybe let's have a think that it could be happening here in the border of Brazil, in Argentina. I will be like you, very worried about it, but I'm just make a joke, just trying to relax the conversation but it's not true. Brazil today starts Carnival, and it's gonna be 5 days of party. So in Brazil, everything, even if Brazil gets into a war, starts war against, I think the Carnival will continue, because here everything you can't take serious Brazilian opinion. Everything here is parties, drinks, etc. it's a very happy and crazy country. So, well, I hope. Let's pray. Let's pray. I'm a Catholic person, so I have been to Poland 9 or 10 years ago in Krakow, and I'm a really Catholic person. I'm a really Catholic person, and when I went to Poland, I I visited the church, the Pope, Karol Wojtyla,
Mm-hmm.
and the Pope, John Paul II, the second. And we in Brazil are very Catholic. We are very, you know. So let's pray. Let's pray to believe that Russia and Ukraine can maybe sit down on a table and establish any agreement or something like that, because it's insane. It's really insane to think that could be starting maybe the third war. I don't know, because of course it will affect the world wide, no, the whole country, the whole world, not the country, but the whole world, Europe, South America, America, you know. But let's pray, because it's something really, really unthinkable and dangerous at the same time. That's why I invite you to have a chat, because even though we have met some years ago in Cambridge, in London, in MA, but I was could be a good idea to have a sense, have idea what's going on in all region of Poland, Ukraine, Romania as well. I know this area. I visit Poland once or twice, Romania, Slovakia, I visit. So I know about the culture, about the history, about the food. That's why I really like this region, this area, the Eastern European, and I hope that it's gonna be. I hope come to an end, come to finish this conflict, because this conflict, this conflict, it's not good for anyone. So I hope this situation finish as soon as possible. So thank you so much, and sorry to disturb you Friday night. It's not a good not a good subject to talking about, but thank you so much, and that's it. Let's keep in touch. And if anyway, in Brazil, our president didn't give any statement about it at the moment, right at the moment, but up to now. But hopefully, over the next week, the following week, I hope to get some good news about this conflict, and I hope that we didn't we don't have any further problem, because it's gonna be worse for every person, everyone in the world.
Yeah, but anyway, like there has to be found solution how to stop Putin. Yeah, because his imperialistic ambitions, uh, I don't think that is going to stop even after any kind of agreement with Ukrainian government. Like that would be great to find a solution, as fast as possible, to which is going to be, I don't know, mutually beneficial for everybody, but taking into account expectations of Putin and his Kremlin guys. I don't think that there is some way of finding solution so far. Let's see. That's why we need the support of international community, which is going to push from every side. Economically, that's like first thing. Diplomatically as well. But so far we also need ammunition for the army to take it.
I think what needs is initiative, initiative of other countries,
Yeah, so yeah, that's why we're talking also with everybody from other countries. So like they have to push their governments to push on Putin, yeah, to at least economically. That's the least what you can do.
You mean the sanctions, the economic sanctions?
Yeah, at least economic sanctions. That's a very little, but that's also help. If every country is going to support, then it's going to happen much earlier. Because if Russia is not going to have any resources, for them it's going to be much more difficult to attack, to offend, because like Ukraine, we are not attacking Russia. Yeah, we're staying in our land. We're just defending our land, nothing else. Which already were taken many years ago. If we talk about Crimea, if we talk about part of Donetsk region, part of Lugansk region, which were just grabbed. Like there is a total propaganda. From every time when I hear Putin, I just think like he's just talking about himself when he's offending, let's say some USA leader, EU leaders. I just hear like the way he's like. I just imagine that he's talking about himself because he turns everything from upside down. Yeah. From what is black, what is white, he's talking that it's black, and the other way around. What is black, he's talking that it's white.
Seems to be that he's a selfish guy. Selfish.
Absolutely, yeah.
Yeah, and no, to be honest, when I was what everything happened 2, 3, 4, 1 week ago. Anyway, I was remembering the Second War, Hitler. So it was like, I remember like, oh my gosh, maybe it's unthinkable because we are in the 21st century. We are very modern times. But Putin has brought some idea like Nazism, like you enforce other countries, you oblige other countries, you try to like imperialism. So something like that worked 50, 60 years, 70 years ago, not anymore. So I can't put into words what I really thought when it happened, when it started. But as you told, I think if all countries get it together and impose economic sanctions, it's gonna be something. The start of the end. The start of the end.
Yeah. So that's why if you have any opportunities that are in your hands, try to push your government as well, maybe some neighbor states, just at least start from the economical sanctions. Yeah, that's, as I mentioned, it's a little step, but it's also something that is going to probably help.
Yeah, of course. So, Andriy, thank you so much. I know it's gonna be 8 o'clock here in Brazil and midnight in a few minutes in Poland. I hope to see you in person, maybe in that legal meeting. But to be honest, I was booking a flight, but I was wondering to book a flight, but at the moment, not that I'm worried about it, but I prefer wait a little bit more to decide if I will visit Europe in this year or not. It depends on how things going on. But let's see what's the next. What's the next? And I prefer to wait a little bit more to make my mind about it, about the
Yeah,
to travel to Europe or not. But hopefully, it will be finishing very soon. This conflict in Ukraine.
I hope so. I really hope so that it's going to be finished very soon.
Yeah, yeah. So all the best for you, for your family. Let's keep in touch. And thank you so much. And anyway, I will watch some news now in my TV. I will just have some news now because I spend the whole day in my office. Now I'm gonna see what happened today. Anyway, I really don't know how was the day, how was the day in Ukraine. And let's keep in touch. And hopefully you keep you well and your family, your wife, your kids, your family in Ukraine, Kiev, everything. I hope to be not happy, but try to face this problem because it's something really serious, and you have to deal with this situation at the moment.
Thank you for inviting. And as I mentioned, that if you have any opportunities to support, do that. So
No, of course, no worries about that, of course. And I hope our
and
government.
that would be great to see you in person. Yeah. So
Yeah,
because
of course.
like last time that was around 10 years ago.
Yeah. You look like the same. A little bit hairy. And I'm not bound. I'm not bound, but you have more hair since
Yeah,
like 10 years
that's
ago.
my that's my winter haircut.
Yeah. No, but you look like the same. You didn't change too
Well,
much.
I can see that that you are now you are looks like a bit more experienced, but more or less the same like you was there.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you. Have a great night. If it's possible, have a great night, of course. But let's keep in touch. Okay. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
And we keep in touch. Okay.
Thank you. Yeah. Keep in touch.
Okay. Cheers. Bye bye. Bye bye.
Cheers. Bye bye. And check the right sources of information. Check the information because that's very important to have it from the right sources.
I will do that. I will do that right now. Cheers. Bye bye. Thank
Cheers.
you.
Bye.